Hey guys, it's Yishan here. I've been getting a lot of messages and requests to look at the new Lyrilusc cards that have come out. Probably because I'm sort of a decently known Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade player. So I thought I'd take a look at them, learn why or get this quick video out for you guys. So make sure if you guys enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. Otherwise, we'll just dive right into my honest thoughts on the Lyriluscs. I don't like to give fake thoughts, so I'm just going to read them and see how they go. I've read them a little bit before, but this time I'm going to give them a really close read. Okay, so the first one we've got is Lyrilusc Barrel Canary. Kind of cool. Kind of a cool name. All right, let's see. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. Okay, so first effect is once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Lyrilusc monster in your graveyard. Special summon this card and the target, but you cannot special summon monster from the deck for the rest of the turn, except Xyz monsters. Okay, so my immediate thoughts about this first effect is it's just a strictly worse Cobalt Sparrow. And it would actually be pretty good though if it didn't have that Xyz monsters restriction, because then it would work really well with the Tri-Brigades. You would have 6 Warblers basically. I think you would, if it didn't have that Xyz restriction, you'd still place in Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade because you're just trying to combo off hard, but obviously it has the Xyz restriction, so basically that makes it borderline unplayable basically in Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade, since you're not going to use its first effect ever for anything useful. And then when the wind Xyz monster that was summoned from the wind Xyz monster that was summoned using this card in the field, the material gains its effect. So it gains 200 attack and its position cannot switch. So I can't see this card being used in Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade. Pure Lyrilusc maybe. I used to be a pure Lyrilusc. I had like a pure Lyrilusc OTK deck with like assembled Nightingale and equipped spell. So I mean, this card looks pretty good in that deck. But as for Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade, this card's basically unplayable. There's no reason to play it. Okay, next one. Is Lyrilusc Celeste Wagtail. Weird name. Okay. Level 1 Wind Winged Beast effect monster. You can only use the first effects. Well, once per turn. If it's got a special summon, you can add one Lyrilusc spell and trap from your deck to your hand. This card could be very good. Just I don't know what the Lyrilusc spell and traps are. And then if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Lyrilusc Xyz monster. Attach this card to it as material. Huh. Interesting. Well, what I will say is that the pure Lyrilusc OTK deck might be a lot of fun. I might try that out actually after these cards come out because it looks super fun. This Grave effect is good in that deck. I could like link and do stuff. I just don't know how good the Lyrilusc spell and traps are. We'll have to see. Seems potential, but again, I mean, the attaching doesn't really do anything. Specialing it really all depends on the Lyrilusc spell and traps. So I don't know too much about this card yet, but it doesn't seem too promising unless the Lyrilusc spell and traps are really, really good. Okay, next one, Lyrilusc Ensemble Robin. Weird. Okay, Ensemble Robin. So 2+ materials. That's generic. Interesting. Okay, I thought this one might be Lyrilusc restricted, but it looks like it's generic. Gains 500 attack for each material attached to it. If your opponent special summons a monster, you can detach one material from this card, then target one of those monsters, return it to the hand. That's a good effect, and it's not once per turn. So that's pretty good. The problem is if you're playing Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade, are you really going to use this card? Like, is it better than any of the cards you make turn 1? Especially if you're going for the statue board, then the effect is useless. And then turn 2, if you somehow get this to stick, is Zeus maybe just better, right? Like, I mean, this has some applications, but I don't see this being too good. And then if this card is in your possession, it's into your graveyard by opponent's card, you can target one other Lyrilusc monster graveyard, add it to your hand. I mean, it's kind of nice. So all these cards look like pure Lyrilusc support to me. And if you guys want a Lyrilusc deck profile, I'll make one. But it's certainly not. Like, even though this seems decent, I don't think it's that good in Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade. So, I mean, I hope these Lyrilusc spell traps are good because I've been saying that a lot this video. But again, I have to give you guys my honest opinion. If this is it from the Lyrilusc cards, it's not looking too good so far. Lyrilusc Prom Thrush. Okay, interesting. I like the names though; they're kind of cool. Same 500 attack thing. Again, generic. Once per turn, you can detach one of this material from this card. Target one spell and trap card your opponent controls. Shuffle it into the deck. I mean, again, this is just a nice option for Lyrilusc, for Lyrilusc Pure. At the start of the damage step, if another monster battles, you can detach any number of materials from this card. Your battling monster gains 300 attack for each material detached until the end of the turn. Huh. I mean, the problem is that this doesn't help your assembled Nightingale and Pure Lyrilusc for OTKing, because you'd rather just have the materials on another card, like on the assembled Nightingale itself. But again, I mean, it seems so I like this. Like, if you're playing it as a utility, like, it's certainly interesting, right? Like, you can detach materials. If you're playing Pure Lyrilusc, you'd play one of those for the second effect. But I just can't see this being good. Okay, here we go. Spell and traps. Are these any good? Let's see. Continuous spell card. Okay, does it search stuff? You can only use the first or second effects of this card once per turn. You can target 2 Winged Beast Exceeds monsters you control. Attach one of them and all material attached to it as to the other as material. So it just takes one and sucks it under the other. I mean, okay. It's If you control like season 1 this monster with 3 materials, you can draw 1. I mean, yeah, this card is bad. This card is trash. This card is trash. Okay, let's move on to the trap. Maybe it's better. Target 1 Lyrilusc monster you control. Change the attack of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls to that target. Okay, and their levels and ranks become 1. Interesting. So it's like a sort of a useful trap. Huh. Like, you could maybe side one of this in your Lyrilusc deck, or maybe main it one of it, and play this guy that searches it, because like this has applications against certain decks. You have to target a Lyrilusc monster you control. I see. When an opponent's monster declares an attack on your Lyrilusc monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. The battling monster's attack. Interesting. So, I mean, this card is not horrendous. Out of all the cards, this one has some synergy with the guy that searches spell and traps. Like, you might play one because it's searchable, I guess. Yeah, you might play one because it's searchable. That's really all I've got here. I could see these cards being used in a more of a OTK Lyrilusc version with a few Trap Brigades in it, but again, that doesn't strike me as very competitive. So in terms of competitive applications, okay, it looks like that's it. In terms of competitive applications, I just don't see these cards being very good. But hey, if you want to play Pure Lyrilusc, I mean, time to rejoice, because these cards only help Pure Lyrilusc or like OTK Lyrilusc, or maybe there are other things you can do with this deck that I'm not really thinking about, but it just doesn't seem there for the Tri Brigade Lyrilusc deck. I don't see any way to search Warbler or get to Warbler or Warbler 2.0, so yeah, that's unfortunate. But well, figured I'd take a look at these cards for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, learned something, blah 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 blah. I don't know what I'm saying. Let me know your guys' opinions on these cards. Maybe I'm missing something. So if I am, be sure to leave it in the comments below. But until next time, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.